MLV Productions, where vision becomes legacy.
Every human being is searching for something.
Your life does not change because you wish for more. It changes when you become more. Success begins with your identity, your beliefs, your habits, and the person you choose to become, because the greatest transformation you will ever experience is becoming the person you were always meant to be.
I'm Matthew LV, leadership coach, entrepreneur, and student of human potential. My passion is helping people transform their mindset, unlock their purpose, and become the person they're destined to be.
I'm Dr. Angela Brooks. For more than 30 years, I've helped leaders discover the confidence to lead with authenticity, emotional intelligence, and unwavering purpose.
I am Elder Tahoma Gray Wolf. For over 50 years, I've shared the timeless wisdom of courage,
Respect and human connection. The strongest leaders are those who first learn to listen.
I help with business growth as a strategist and entrepreneur. For over 20 years, I've helped people turn bold ideas into thriving businesses by changing the way they think, lead, and take action.
I'm Jasmine Carter, and looking forward to working with you later.
I'm a coach for entrepreneurs, executives, and athletes to develop the habits, discipline, and mindset that create extraordinary performance and lasting success.
I'm Janelle LV. For more than 2 decades, I've worked in financial security, protecting organizations from risk and helping people make sound strategic decisions. But my greatest passion has always been investing in something far more valuable than money, especially the next generation. They can achieve their goals in life and be mentored to overcome those dark days.
I'm a voice for inner transformation. When you change your inner world, your outer world begins to transform. Welcome, I'm so grateful you're here.
I'm a peak performance strategist. Let's discover what's truly possible when your mind becomes your greatest strength.
Too many people spend their lives chasing results before they've become the person capable of sustaining them. They want the promotions, the successful business, the financial freedom, the healthy relationship, or the life they've always imagined. Yet they overlook the one thing that makes all of those possible: the person in the mirror. Your life doesn't change because you wish for more. It changes when you become more. Leadership begins long before anyone gives you a title. It begins with the conversations you have with yourself. Your self-image quietly determines the opportunities you pursue, the standards you accept, the boundaries you set, and the risks you're willing to take. If you believe you're not enough, you'll hesitate even when opportunity knocks. If you believe you're capable, you'll walk through doors others are afraid to open. Identity is the foundation upon which every decision is built. But identity isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, one choice at a time. Every habit is a vote for the person you're becoming. Every promise you keep to yourself strengthens your confidence.
Many people spend their lives searching for something outside of themselves. They search for success. They search for recognition. They search for a better life.
But wisdom teaches us that the journey does not begin with what we want to receive. It begins with who we choose to become. A tree does not become strong because it wishes to reach the sky. It becomes strong because it grows deep roots. Through storms, through season change, through patience and resilience. Before we can create a meaningful life, we must first create a meaningful relationship with ourselves. Your self-image is the foundation upon which your life is built. If you believe you are small, you will create small possibilities. If you believe you are powerless, you will surrender your responsibility. But when you recognize your own value, you begin to walk differently. You begin to make choices from strength rather than fear. The question is not only, what do you want from life? The deeper question is,
To carry the life you desire? Many people want the rewards of success, but they do not always want the responsibility that comes with high.
they want the harvest, but they forget the importance of planting the seeds. Your habits are those seeds. Every action you repeat is shaping the person you are becoming. We are all connected, like the symbols on this pipe. The 4 directions show us the path.
The way you speak, the way you treat others, the way you respond when life becomes difficult. These moments reveal your character. True strength is not measured by how high you climb. It is measured by how many people are lifted because you climbed. A leader is not someone who stands above others. A true leader stands beside others. They listen, they learn, they serve. The strongest leaders listen more than they speak. Because when we listened, we understand. When we understand and when we connect, we create stronger families, stronger communities, and a stronger world. Life will test everyone. There will be moments of hardship, moments where the path feels uncertain. But adversity is not here only to break us. Adversity reveals us.
For most of our lives, we are taught to chase things. Chase success, chase money, chase recognition, chase the life we believe will finally make us happy. But what if we have been looking at it the wrong way? What if the secret isn't about chasing the results? What if the secret is becoming the person who naturally creates those results? Every piece of art in this room has a story.
Every painting started as a blank canvas. Every sculpture started as but the artist understood something important. The masterpiece was not created in one moment. It was created through patience, through discipline.
Through countless small decisions that nobody else saw. Your life works the same way. You are the masterpiece still being created. Every thought you have, every habit you repeat, every choice you make, every promise you keep to yourself is another brushstroke on the canvas of your future.
But many people want a new life while holding on to an old identity. They want confidence, but they continue speaking to themselves with doubt. They want success, but they continue living with habits that belong to their past. They want change, but they refuse to change who they are becoming. Your external world will always reflect your internal world. Before your circumstances change, your mindset must change. Before your achievements change, your identity must change. The deeper question is, who do I need to become to achieve it?
Because success is not just about having more. It is about becoming more disciplined.
The journey to success is often a marathon, not a sprint. Consistency is the key to unlocking your full potential.
Good morning, everyone. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever looked at someone successful and thought, they're just lucky? I used to hear that all the time from people who wanted to grow their business. They were in the right place at the right time. They knew to their pathways. They had opportunities I never had. But after more than 20 years of helping successful businesses,
I've learned something that completely changed my perspective. Success isn't luck, it's identity. Here's the truth. Business you build, the income you earn, the relationships you attract, and the opportunities that come your way are all reflections.
Good evening. Over many years of working with people from all walks of life, I've discovered something that has never changed.
Many people ask, how do I become successful? I believe there's a better question. Who am I becoming each day? That question changes everything. Leadership doesn't begin with a title or a position.
Every choice you make, every habit you practice, and every challenge you face helps shape your character.
Long before anyone notices your achievements, you're becoming the person who can achieve them. Success doesn't suddenly change who you are. More often, it reflects the work you've already done behind the scenes. When you begin to see yourself as someone who is resilient, disciplined, kind, and dependable, your decisions naturally begin to reflect those qualities. Small choices become consistent habits, become your identity, and your identity shapes your future. People may respect knowledge or experience, but they remember character. Trust grows when your actions consistently match your values. So rather than focusing only on the next opportunity, spend time becoming someone who is ready for it. Strengthen your integrity. Develop emotional awareness. Build habits that support the future you want to create. One of the greatest rewards in life is knowing that your example encouraged someone else to grow with confidence.
Every difficult conversation you choose to have develops your courage. Every morning you decide to grow instead of making excuses, you're shaping your future. This is where personal responsibility comes powerful, because responsibility is the moment you stop waiting for life to happen to you and decide to become the author of your own story. The most influential leaders I've worked with aren't the loudest people in the room. They're not driven by ego. So before you ask for a different future, ask yourself a different question: who must I become to create it? Because success isn't something you chase, it's something your identity attracts. When your habits align with your values, when your actions reflect your purpose, your life doesn't change because you wish for more. It changes when you become more. Reflections of the person you've become. Most people want the results before they're willing to become the person capable of producing them.
They changed their identity before their bank account changed. They started showing up like business owners before they had the customers. It doesn't work that way. Your future isn't created by what you hope for. It's created by who you are when no one is watching. Every successful entrepreneur I've worked with shares one thing in common. Because your habits reveal your identity, if you see yourself as someone who gives up, you'll find reasons to quit.
Your habits reveal your identity. If you see yourself as someone who gives up, you'll find reasons to quit. If you see yourself as someone who solves problems, you'll keep searching.
It is choosing purpose over excuses. People often believe successful people are lucky.
It shows us what we are made of. The question is not whether challenges will come. The question is, who will you become when they arrive? Will you become bitter? Will you become a victim of your circumstances? Or will you become the creator of your response? Personal responsibility is the doorway to freedom. When you take responsibility for your thoughts, your choices, your actorship of your future. Your past may have written chapters of your story, but it does not have to write the ending. Every sunrise offers another opportunity to grow, another opportunity to learn,
Another opportunity to become the person you are meant to be. Do not ask only for a better life. Ask yourself, am I becoming someone capable of creating that better life? Because your life does not change because you wish for more. It changes when you become more. Become more patient, become more courageous, become more compassionate, become more responsible, become someone whose presence makes the world better. The greatest legacy we leave behind is not what we own, it is what we give, the wisdom we share, the kindness we show, the lives we touch. Become the person first, and the results will follow. Walk with honor, live with purpose, leave a legacy of love.
You'll keep searching until you find a solution. That's why I always tell my clients, your future isn't determined by your circumstances, it's determined by the standards you choose to live by. Every single day you make small decisions. Will you take responsibility instead of making excuses? Those choices seem small in the moment, but repeated over weeks, months, and years, they become your identity. And your identity creates your ride. Because when you become disciplined, success follows. When you become consistent, growth follows. Changes when you become more. Become the person first. The results will catch up. Thank you.
I'll leave you with this thought. Your life doesn't change simply because you hope for something different. It changes because you grow into the person who can create that difference. And as you continue to grow into the person who can create that difference. And as you continue to grow, new possibilities naturally begin to appear. Become confident before you receive the applause. Become disciplined before you see the success. Become resilient before life tests you. Become the person first. Because when you transform who you are, when you transform what you attract, when you transform what you believe, you transform what you create. And when you transform your identity, you transform your entire life. Every masterpiece begins with a single decision, the decision to create, the decision to believe, the decision to become. Your life doesn't change because you wish for more. So stop chasing the person you want to be. Start becoming them. Become the person, and the results will follow.
Have you ever noticed that every single thing you've created in your life existed as a thought before it became a reality?
Every home, every invention, every business, every work of art, every act of courage, it all began with someone refusing to let one small thought die. That's the power of the mind.
Your thoughts are not just random conversations. They are the architects of your future. The question is, which thoughts are you feeding?
Because the mind doesn't know the difference between a dream you believe in and a fear you replay every day. If you tell yourself you're not good enough, your actions begin to shrink. If you tell yourself you'll probably fail, you stop taking opportunities. When you choose thoughts that build rather than destroy. When you believe before you have proof. When you focus on possibility instead of limitation. Your entire life begins to move in a different direction. Visualization isn't pretending, it's preparation. Elite athletes see themselves crossing the finish line when the world tells them to let it go. So today, close your eyes for just a moment.
Have you ever stopped to think about the conversation happening inside your own mind? Because every single day, whether you realize it or not, you're listening to someone, most of the time.
It's yourself. And that voice can become your greatest coach or your greatest obstacle. I've spent more than 25 years working with business leaders, elite athletes, emergency service professionals, healthcare workers, and people rebuilding their lives after some of their darkest moments. I've learned something remarkable. The people who achieve extraordinary things
Aren't the ones who never experience fear. They aren't the ones who never struggle with anxiety, doubt, or failure.
They're the people who refuse to let those thoughts become permanent residents in their minds. You see, neuroscience tells us that why your thoughts become your actions, and your actions eventually become your future. Think about the world's greatest athletes. Before they ever step onto the field, they've already won the race hundreds of times inside their minds. They visualize, not because they're pretending, but because they're preparing. But here's what concerns me. Far too many people spend years
Visualizing failure. They replay rejection. They expect disappointment. They convince themselves they're not good enough.
People often ask me, what changed your life? Was it luck? Was it opportunity? The truth is, everything changed the moment I changed the way I thought.
You see, every achievement begins as a thought that someone refused to let die. Before a building exists, someone imagined it.
Yeah.
Before a business is launched, someone believed it was possible. Before a dream becomes reality, it first lives quietly inside someone's mind. But here's what I've discovered. Your thoughts alone don't
Change your life. Your thoughts influence your decisions. Your decisions become your actions. And your actions create your future.
That's why mindset matters. I believe in visualization not as wishful thinking, but as intentional preparation.
When you can clearly picture the person you're becoming, your daily choices begin to align with that vision.
Long before life ever gives them the chance to prove otherwise. Those aren't facts.
Their limiting beliefs are simply stories we've repeated so often. They begin to sound like the truth. The beautiful thing is,
stories can be rewritten. Your past may explain where you are today, but it does not decide where you're going tomorrow. The strongest mind isn't one that never struggles. It's the one that chooses hope, chooses resilience, again and again, every single day. So protect your focus. Feed your mind with possibility instead of fear. Visualize the person you're becoming. Believe in that future version of yourself before anyone else does. Because every remarkable achievement, every business, every movement, every innovation, every act of courage began as a single thought that someone refused to let die. Remember, your greatest investment will never be your business, your career, or your bank account. It will always be the health of your mind.
Picture the person you want to become, not the person you've been. Now ask yourself, what belief must I release so that version of me can finally breathe? Because limiting beliefs are nothing more than stories repeated so often they begin to sound like facts.
They are choices. And today, you can choose a new story. A story where your thoughts become your allies, where your focus becomes your compass, where your belief becomes your foundation. Because the life you desire is already waiting. It is simply waiting for your mind to arrive before your feet do. Remember this, Every achievement begins as a thought that someone refused to let die.
So protect your thoughts, nurture your vision, believe before you see, and watch your world begin to transform.
You become more aware, more focused, more resilient when challenges appear.
The opportunities were often there all along. You simply begin to notice them because you've trained your mind to look for them. But there's another voice we all know, the one that whispers, "You're not ready, you're too late, you're not capable." Those thoughts are not your identity. They're simply old stories. Stories written by fear, disappointments, or experiences that no longer deserve to shape your future. The remarkable thing about the human mind is that it can learn new patterns, it can build new beliefs, it can choose a different direction every single day.
So feed your mind with possibility. Protect your focus. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow. Believe in your vision,
Even when nobody else can see it yet. Because every remarkable achievement, every breakthrough,
Every invention, every life transformed, began with a single thought that someone refused to let die. There is always more beyond what we can see today. The question is, what future are you willing to imagine? And what action will you take to bring it to life?
The morning sun brings a good day for the hunt. Yes, the air is clear. The spirits are watching over us.
When I was a young boy, my grandfather would point to two wolves crossing the valley. He would say, "One walks with fear and the other walks with courage. Which one reaches the mountain?" I answered many times, but he always smiled and said, "The one whose path begins in the mind." Our people have always understood that every journey is walked twice, first in thought. Before the builder raises a home, she sees it standing. Before the healer touches another soul, compassion has already taken root within the heart. Your thoughts are like seeds.
Some grow into forests of possibility. Others become weeds that quietly steal your strength.
You cannot stop every fearful thought from appearing, but you can decide which ones you will water.
When you hold a clear vision of the person you wish to become, your choices begin to follow that vision. Your attention sharpens. Your habits change. Your spirit grows stronger. The mountain has not moved, but you have. Our ancestors would sit in silence before making important decisions. They knew a focused mind hears what a distracted mind cannot. Every achievement begins as a thought that someone refused to let die. But it is your courage and your discipline and your daily actions that bring that thought to life. Walk your path with intention and let your mind become your greatest ally. As my grandfather would say, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
Every person has stood at the edge of a decision that could change their life forever. You're not ready.
Fear has a way of convincing us that staying where we are is the safest choice. But let me share something I've learned after years of coaching leaders and change makers. The biggest risk isn't failing. It's never giving yourself the chance to succeed. Every person you admire has stood exactly where you are. They questioned themselves. They doubted their abilities. They wondered if they were good enough. The difference wasn't that they were fearless.
Fear has a remarkable way of disguising itself. Sometimes it looks like procrastination. Sometimes waiting until someone gives you permission to believe in yourself. I've spent over 20 years working in financial security and risk strategy. My career has been about identifying risks before they become problems, protecting organizations, and helping people make informed decisions under pressure. One thing I've learned is this: risk and fear are not the same thing. Risk is something you assess. Fear is something you feel. And if you confuse the two, fear will convince you that every opportunity is dangerous. The greatest financial losses I've witnessed weren't always caused by poor investments.
Many were caused by hesitation, waited too long. They delayed difficult conversations. They avoided making decisions because they feared making the wrong one.
People often ask me, what's the secret to success? But the truth is much simpler. Success belongs to the people who take action before they feel ready. Eventually, doing nothing became the most expensive decision they ever made. The same principle applies to life. Some of the brightest young people I've had the privilege of mentoring didn't lack talent. They lacked belief. In my professional basketball days, we learned one thing. You can be talented and gifted, but if you are not working as a team, you are going to fail. They were waiting until they felt ready. The truth is, none of us ever feel completely ready. Confidence doesn't arrive before action. Confidence is created by action. Every successful leader, every entrepreneur, every athlete, every artist has faced moments of uncertainty. The difference is that they had no fear. The difference is that they refused to let fear make their decisions. Failure is not proof that you're incapable. Failure is evidence that you're learning. Every setback teaches you something that success never could. When I work with young people, I encourage them to stop asking, "What if I fail?" Instead, I ask them encouragements. Because resilience isn't about never falling. It's about becoming the kind of person who always stands back up. They feel ready. But here's what I've learned from working with entrepreneurs, leaders, and ambitious young people. Confidence doesn't come first. Because resilience isn't about never falling. It's about becoming the kind of person who always stands back up. Leaving your comfort zone isn't comfortable. That's why it's called growth. Every meaningful achievement exists just beyond the place where fear tells you to stop. I've seen this in boardrooms. I've seen it in classrooms. I've seen it in families rebuilding their future. The people who change their lives aren't always the smartest. My husband once shared a story from one of his talks. There was a man in the audience who was openly confrontational. Instead of arguing or becoming defensive, Matthew remained calm. He simply reflected the man's words back to him, a communication technique known as vocal mirroring. By listening carefully and responding without emotion, he never allowed shifts. He allowed the situation to escalate. Eventually, something interesting happened. The audience began asking him to be quiet because they could see Matthew was handling the situation with patience, professionalism, and respect. It was a powerful reminder that staying calm often speaks louder than trying to win an argument. They're the ones willing to take one courageous step after another. Purpose has a remarkable ability to silence fear. When your reason for moving forward becomes greater than your fear of failure, everything changes. You stop focusing on what you might lose and start focusing on who you can become. Because true wealth isn't simply measured in money. It's measured by confidence, by integrity, by opportunities created, by lives to crime. Instead, let your purpose become louder than your fear. Take the first step. Learn from every setback. Trust that resilience is built one decision at a time. Because courage, the absence of fear, it's choosing to move anyway. And that single choice has the power to transform not only your future, but the future of everyone whose life you touch. But mistakes are data, not defeat. Every setback teaches you how to build something stronger. The people who succeed aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who refuse to let failure define them. So don't wait for fear to disappear. Use it as fuel. Step outside your comfort zone, take that first rise, bold move, and trust that every step forward is shaping the future you're meant to create. Remember this, purpose grows when action begins. Your future is built by the decisions you make today and not the fears you carry from yesterday.
And unstoppable. Because courage isn't about never being afraid. It's about choosing to move forward with your heart, even when fear is walking beside you.
Every meaningful chapter of your life began with another person. A teacher who believed in you. A friend who stood beside you.
Have you ever noticed that the biggest moments in your life usually begin with another person? A teacher who believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. A friend who refused to let you give up.
A stranger who opened a door you never knew existed.
We spend so much of our lives chasing opportunities that we sometimes forget this simple truth. Your greatest opportunities usually arrive wearing someone else's face. For years, I believed success was about working harder, becoming smarter, and pushing further. And while those things matter, I discovered something far more powerful. No one succeeds alone.
Every dream is built on relationships. Every breakthrough is connected to someone who encouraged you, challenged you, or simply showed up when you needed them most.
Leadership isn't about standing above people, it's about standing beside them. It's about lifting others as you climb, because real leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. I've learned that kindness is never a weakness.
A smile, a conversation, a word of encouragement, or simply listening to someone can change the direction of a life.
When I worked as an employment specialist, my drive was seeing people thrive. And if they did not want to engage, we rarely see the battles people are fighting, but we always have the opportunity to be part of their healing instead of their hurt. And that's what community really is. It's ordinary people making extraordinary differences through small acts of service. It's choosing contribution over recognition. It's asking, how can I help? And by the lives we influence. Because your legacy won't be defined by the size of your bank accounts, your job title. When we live with gratitude, something remarkable happens. We stop measuring success only by what we achieve and begin measuring it by the lives you influence. Because your legacy won't be defined by the size of your bank account, your job title, or the awards on your wall. It will be remembered in the people you encouraged, the opportunities you created, the kindness you shared, and the hope you left behind. So as you leave here today, I want you to ask yourself one question. Whose life will be better because they met you? Because in the end, success isn't something we keep, it's something we give away. Thank you. May the source always be with you. The future is built on the connections we make right now. Thank you so much.
Every one of us enters this world with empty hands, and one day we will leave it the very same way.
Have you ever wondered what will remain after you're gone? One day, your name will no longer be on a screen, a document, or a title. It will live in something far more powerful, the stories people tell about you. Legacy is built in the moments we choose to live with intention. It is shaped by our faith. True success isn't about what we collect, it's about what we contribute. So make your story extraordinary. Make your legacy something that continues to inspire long after your voice is gone.
Leadership is not measured by the position you hold. It is measured by the lives you influence. One day, your title will be forgotten. Your achievements will become history. But the way you made people feel, the confidence you gave them, and the opportunities you created spread, those are the things that become your legacy. True leadership is intentional. It serves with purpose, thrives on integrity, and its greatest strength lies in the people it elevates. Because when everything else fades away, your legacy will not be remembered by what you had, it will be remembered by who you helped become.
Leadership is not measured by the position you hold. It is measured by the lives you influence.
One day, your title will be forgotten. Your achievements will become history. But the way you made people feel, the confidence you gave them, and the opportunities you created, those are the things that become your legacy. A true leader lives with intention. They serve with purpose, lead with integrity, and understand that their greatest impact is found in the people they inspire. Because when everything else fades away, your legacy will not be remembered by what you had. It will be remembered by who you helped become.
Many people spend their lives asking, what can I achieve? But a wiser question is, what can I leave behind? Legacy is not carved from wealth, possessions, or recognition.
Legacy is carried through the lessons we teach, the love we share, and the wisdom we pass from one generation to the next.
Our words become seeds, our actions become teachings, and the way we live becomes a story that others will carry forward.
We are not here only to build a life for ourselves. We are here to create a path for those who walk after us. Because one day, our footsteps will fade, but the wisdom we leave behind can continue guiding others for generations. Live with honor.
walk with purpose, and leave a legacy that brings light to those who follow.
Wow, can you believe that? Truly amazing exit. I never saw that one coming. A heartfelt thank you to all of our experts who took part in this documentary and film. Together, we hope to touch the lives of those who may be feeling stuck, searching for direction, or looking for hope. Each of our prospects, we hope their stories inspire you to believe in yourself toward creating a life of meaning and lasting impact. To everyone watching around the world, thank you for sharing this journey with us. If even one idea has encouraged you to live with greater purpose, lead with courage, or leave a meaningful legacy, then together we've achieved something truly.
From all of us at MLV Productions, thank you for believing in this vision and for being part of our story.
Until we meet again, keep learning, keep growing, keep believing in what's possible, and never underestimate the difference one life can make.
I've been walking through the shadows, searching for the light, looking for the answers in the middle of the mind. Every road I traveled, every mountain I would climb, only led me back to the strength that lived inside.
Every scar's a story, every tear became a flame. Now I know tomorrow will never be the same.
When the world says give up, my spirit says begin. The greatest journey starts by believing from within.
There's a power within,
brighter than the rising sun.
It's been waiting all along,
calling every heart as one.
When you stand, when you believe,
every dream can now begin.
The world will see your light
when you find the power within. Every hand you've lifted, every life you've changed, every act of kindness echoes through the rain. We're stronger when united. Together we can rise, changing generations, one heartbeat at a time.
No mountain stands forever, no storm can steal your faith.